Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today on this, what has just turned into a sunny morning, Leather Bag Lady weather report? My street was so icy when I was coming back from the gym that this poor lady in a van could barely get around the corner. And I was actually not sure if I was going to go and see my clients today, but hopefully the sun will take care of some of the road conditions and I can go to work because Lord knows I need the money. So anyway, happy Monday to everybody. It's the week before Christmas. This time next year, listen to me. This time next week, it is Boxing Day, and this chickie will be running around like a blue arse fly because we will be hosting Pius's family. Now, we have invited mine, but nobody seems to have gotten back to me yet. So I will try again to connect with everybody. It is such a busy time. And, my mom and dad are not fans of driving in any kind of weather. So that may be their hesitancy. I don't know. We've had some really cool temperatures and the conditions have been windy, icy, that kind of thing. Not so much snow. However, just before I get to the bag quickly, and we'll talk more about it after the bag, did you see my video from the cabin? We got some snow, people. We got some snow. Anyway, today's bag. I haven't showed you a Roots bag in quite a while. Don't know why, just haven't. So today we have a Roots offering. Love these kind of, I'm not even really sure. There is definitely no foam pouch. So I'm thinking it's going to be 1990s, to be honest. This little bag is absolutely gorgeous. As always, the Roots leather quality on the vintage bags is just stellar. This little guy has two zippers that meet in the middle with these beautiful little tassels on them. Gives it actually a bit of a biker vibe if I'm really actually kind of telling you what came to my mind initially. Never has come to my mind before, but I'm now a biker bitch, people, so I'm thinking this has got biker chick written all over it. Now, have you spotted the obvious issue? We're missing a buckle. I didn't even notice it. So am I mad at it? No. But it is missing, and that is just it's actually not the magnetic is attached to the buckle. I don't really care. These bags are getting harder and harder to find, and love the color black. You can never go wrong with black. There's your Roots stamp on the base, and yeah, I wouldn't really care. I've priced it a little less than I would have normally because of this issue. Inside is absolutely gorgeous. Nothing wrong with it. Another Roots. It doesn't have the black and white fabric tag, so it's not as far back as 80s. But I definitely feel it is 90s, and by that I mean there's just no foam pouch. So, that's pretty indicative of the era. It's so soft-sided. You're going to get a lot of stuff in there, actually, for how little it is. And that is today's bag. So, there you go. So, our weekend. Holy moly. So, first off, I did not know that this cabin was off-grid. Now, off-grid means there's no electricity. There's no running water. There's no toilet facilities in the cabin. There is no cooking facilities in the cabin. Now, we tried 3 or 4 times to get the information that the lady who owns this farm, she has a package available for people. We are the first guests at this cabin. I think I shared with you, my sister and brother-in-law work at this farm, and it is a not-for-profit business. They do equine experiences for folks with disabilities. They do all kinds of nature experiences. And this cabin situation is now part of their offerings. They have two cabins on the site. One, which we've been in before, my sister and brother-in-law stayed there. They had a hot plate, they had a fridge. We just presumed that the cabin that's a little farther down the trail would have the same. So, in saying all that, if I had received the information, we wouldn't have gone, because to me that was just a little too rustic for my liking. However, when we got there, we realized that this was the case, and we just were like, okay. The washroom, we thought there was a little outhouse right next to the cabin. It wasn't. It was a woodshed. The only thing that I will say is probably not something that we would, appreciate's not the right word. That there was a porta potty, but it was probably a good 6-7 minute walk from the cabin, which doesn't sound a lot, but at 3 o'clock in the morning, yeah, no. So she does have plans to put an outhouse next to the cabin, but for future rentals, you gotta have a washroom. People are just gonna pee off the deck. They just are. So, that, I think, until she gets that sorted out, I'm not sure that she should be doing any more rentals. But anyway, negativity aside, it was amazing. Friday night we got there. Pius is like, oh, let's just go into town for dinner. I said, no, I'm cooking. So I made spaghetti, kept it warm on top of the wood burning stove. There was a barbecue out back with a side burner, and I made spaghetti. It was amazing. And then Saturday night's like, oh, let's just go. Nope, I'm cooking. So I made steak and potatoes. The steak was not a good quality steak at all, so that part was crap. And then we got overnight, Friday night, we got snow. It snowed pretty well all day Saturday and into the night Saturday night. We probably had a foot of snow. Nothing here in Hamilton, nothing really in Grimsby, St. Catharines even, but we were snowed in, and it was like a fairy tale. It really was. We played Sorry. We listened to music. The internet was in and out. There wasn't even any outlets in the cabin. We get there and we're like, where do we plug our phones in? Like, where do we plug in? Like, Pius has a sleep apnea machine, which he didn't bring, but if he had brought it, where they need to have an outlet of some sort for medical equipment or whatever. And I don't think it was something she even considered, because we did mention it to her and she just kind of went a bit blank. And like, people have stuff that they have to plug in. Maybe that's not the cabin for you, but why? It's all about inclusion. It's all about inclusive experiences. So, you can't exclude somebody because they have a medical piece of equipment. If you needed to have your blood pressure taken every day or something, kind of little, but still necessary. We built a fire outside Saturday night. It was snowing like crazy. It was just amazing. It's been a bucket list thing for me. Cabin in the woods, absolutely. Snowed in a cabin in the woods, fantastic. Snowed in a cabin in the woods with your hottie man? Come on, people. It was just amazing. We had some drinks. We laughed our faces off. We went into Ridgeway, which, if you are from this part of Ontario, Crystal Beach, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, used to be an amusement park. It is no longer, but Crystal Beach is still a little community. So we went in there and checked it out. Nothing open. It's a very seasonal community. And then we went into Ridgeway, which is a pretty little town. And we stopped in at a couple of stores and we bought some stuff, some Christmas presents, some little novelty items for ourselves. Pius actually found a couple of gift bags that have the front wheel of a motorcycle on them. And his birthday is actually on Thursday. So I grabbed those because there's a couple of things to put in them. So the weekend was his gift. And as much as I would have loved to have paid for the whole thing myself, I just couldn't afford it. I've had a few shows canceled and yeah, but I got over it, or I'm almost over it. I'm struggling a great deal with financially how unable to pay my share, I think I am. But as Pius says, I don't care, but I do. I'm very independent woman and I've lived on my own for so many years. And now, we're doing all these things and I'm trying to keep up and I just can't. It's a very expensive time of year for everybody. I have my sister's birthday, my son's birthday, Pius's birthday to add on top of Christmas. So it's and my mom's birthday too. So my son and my mom are November, my sister and Pius are December. So it's a lot. But I'm scraping by with your help. Thank you. I have 4 bags to take to the post office today. So I really appreciate that. And it was just, we got home yesterday morning. I think she was expecting us to stay a little longer, but we needed a shower. Like we kind of top and tailed, as they say back in the UK. But we needed a shower. And, Pius was not aware of what his shift would be today. So we never know. Like he was up at 2:00 in the morning on Friday morning so we could be done early to get to the cabin. We've decided we're going to do it again, but probably not next year, the year after. And hopefully by then there will be, a little bit more in place, specifically the washroom situation. And I would never do it in the summer because there's no air conditioning in the cabin, but there is heat. So you can always and it was so hot in there. The butter we took melted. That's how hot it was in the cabin. And I would much rather, open a door, make it cooler. You can't fix if it's boiling hot. And there was a lot of metal sheeting on the walls. I actually decided, I was constantly looking and looking and looking. And I thought, you know what? This is the kind of vibe I want for my house. It's just a cabin in the woods. Now, I'm not in the woods, but it is kind of a cabin. And I am back home this morning, so not doing videos from Pius's basement this morning. Had a good workout. Got a nice flipping cold sore. I don't know what that's all about. Usually I get those when I'm stressed, but Pius says it's because you were thinking too much about your own house while you were there. Because everything, she had old pieces of furniture, pie cupboards, and it was just amazing. And we did not miss anything other than the washroom facilities. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I just make my house look the way it probably should look? It's a cabin. So I don't know. We'll see. We're going to, get cracking with that as soon as we can find somebody to do the roof. We got a recommendation from my mom and dad's contractor, but never called me back. Story of my life with this house. I guess maybe people drive by and go, hell no, I'm not taking that on. But anyway, we're 14 minutes in. It's a long video today. Sorry, folks, but I just had to tell you about the cabin. It was just amazing. I did do a video. So the video before this one is just a 3-minute look at the cabin and what was around it. Take a look. It's really kind of fun. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. It's Monday, but it is the week before Christmas. Have a good one. I'll talk to you tomorrow.